my second favorite quote comes from the person who was the original sports psychologist in the world. His name was Tim Galway. He said, if you give a person a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a person to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. But if you teach a person to learn, you feed them for a lifetime and they don't have to just eat fish. That's why it's important often to not give your kids answers, but push them to develop the ability to do that. Something else I say to parents, I'm a co-host on a weekly talk show. We were talking about parenting. And something else I said very sternly is, every time you give your child an answer or a solution they could find out on their own, you're lessening their competitive ability against all the people that find it on their own. I say, your goal is that when your kids finally hit adulthood, that they can hit the ground running, being effective, that they have perseverance instead of bailing out. They enter with taking the world seriously, but not taking themselves so seriously. They enter the world with a sense of humor. They enter the world being low maintenance versus high maintenance. High maintenance is easy to disappoint, difficult to please. Low maintenance is easy to please, difficult to disappoint. And so your goal is that they enter into the world that way. So one of the things that I suggest, even when kids get into junior high, is find a mentor that everybody looks up to, that's classy, for the good reasons, and pursue them. And you can even say, I did a survey about who the most respected, admired person is, and your name came up very often. Can I come in and buy you a Subway and we'll eat lunch sometime? There's going to be a lot of people who are just totally, disarmed by that. And mentors, I think, is probably one of the most important things, because one of the things that happens is as mentors get older, sometimes they get a little lonesome. And they will make introductions for you. I think this is important as a parent. If you can get your kids to find a mentor like that, having a great mentor could be your way out from being a nagging parent. What you want to be on the lookout for from preschool up are teachers and coaches and whoever that are just really neat and care about kids. And what you might want to do is reach out as a parent to that coach, that teacher, and say, and give them what I call a power thank you. And the first part is you thank them for what they did. You acknowledge the effort it took for them to do it, and you tell them what it personally means to you. So you might find a coach or a teacher, and you take them aside, and you say, this is kind of an overdue thank you. And I didn't want it to stay overdue. First of all, I wanted to thank you for how you're teaching my kid about things much beyond the sport or the subject. You're teaching them how to be a person, and they feel liked by you. I know you're really busy. I don't know how you do it. You've got lots of other kids, and you're like a gift, and I don't know how you make time for kids like my kids. Finally, I want to thank you because you're going to be one of the best influences when he looks back. When he looks back, when he or she's in their 20s, they're going to remember you. So I just can't tell you how much that means to me. I don't think any coach or teacher has heard a thank you like that. I think it would motivate that coach or teacher to even want to do more. So the key is your role as a parent is to make sure that when your kid reaches 18 or 21, they have all these positive attributes that we mentioned before, being low maintenance instead of high maintenance, having passion instead of being bored, being committed instead of being, apathetic. But you don't have to be the one that teaches them it. And if they're not learning it from you, don't take it personally. You just have to make sure they get it.